Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know what time it is, y'all. It is Monday, right? Happy Monday, top of the week. So real quick, before we get into anything else, who caught OKLO, APLD, or Roblox? If you caught any of those trades that I talked about yesterday in the live, be sure to drop in the comments. All right, let me know how much you made, man. We called 3 straight up bangers, right, yesterday, and all 3 of them made a solid move today that could have got you paid. All right, listen, we do this every single day, y'all. All right, so today in this video, I want to talk about how can we make trading easier, right? How can we make trading easier? How can we get more strategic about trading, so that way it don't seem as arduous and daunting as it may seem. Okay, so we're gonna talk about how to get more strategic in your trading, and this video is gonna elevate your game. All right, you already know I'm here to elevate your game. Straight up, I'm here to elevate your game. You're gonna get better if you're messing with me. Straight up. All right, you're gonna learn so much. You're gonna get better. You're gonna make more money. All right. So if you're watching this, man, do me a favor and like this video as well. Okay, like this video as well, and subscribe to the channel. All right, and tomorrow my most requested video is dropping. All right, tomorrow I'm dropping a Strat 101 video. All right, the Strat method. Y'all been asking me about this one on the lives and everything, so I'm dropping a Strat video tomorrow for you guys. Okay, so how can we get more strategic in our trading? How can we make trading simpler? How can we make it easier, right? So I have a list of different things that you want to think about when you are, looking to take trades and what stocks to trade and stuff like that. But so the first thing that I like to think about, first thing is volume, okay? Volume, how much volume is coming into this stock? Because without volume, there is no movement of a stock, right? So you got to think about it from the perspective of supply and demand, right? On the charts, you got supply and demand zones, but you also have supply and demand. We're talking about basic economics here, right? The more of a thing that you have, the less desirable it is and the cheaper that is going to be. And then the higher demand you have, the more expensive something is going to be, and the less product or inventory that you have or units that you have, right? So it's supply and demand. It's all economics. So volume, right? I'm looking at volume. If I'm looking to take a scalp trade or a day trade, I'm looking at volume. You already know if you guys are in the Prosperity Collective, a lot of times I'll be like, man, the volume low, I ain't gonna trade. Straight up. Why I'm gonna sit here and take a trade when the stocks ain't really moving like that? So I gotta wait 2 hours for a move to be made that could have been made in 30 minutes? You get what I'm saying? So you gotta understand volume, right? Now, along with volume, you got something people don't be talking about this. You got order flow, okay? Order flow. And order flow, it just lets me know how much volume is being pumped into a stock, right? It could give me an outlook on where a stock could be going, right? How many more people are seeing what I'm seeing? Or if I'm getting a whole bunch of order, like a whole bunch of order flow going into a stock, then I know that that stock is about to make a nice move to the upside or the downside, right? So that's why I have an order flow tool, and we got that inside of the Prosperity Collective as well, right? So that way you can see the order flow. So if you see that a stock has, $50 million of calls and they all got placed today for 2 weeks out, you might want to look at that, right? You might want to look at that. So think about those things, right, in totality, right? So we got the volume and we got order flow. These are ways that you can make your trading easier. This is how you get more strategic in your trading, because when I started trading, I had no understanding of this stuff, right? I was just Tesla. Let me trade Tesla, right? Oh, Meta. Let me trade Meta, right? Palantir. Let me trade Palantir. And yes, you can get, trade those stocks like consistently. But listen, if you know that this stock is at a demand level and it's about to break out, that's going to make your trading easier, right? And this is why I say I don't focus on this one stock every day. I used to do that, but now I'm just looking for the actual setups, the flow, the volume, right? When I find the flow, the volume, and the setup, that ensures that I have a higher likelihood of making some money in the stock market. And what we here for? We ain't here to feel good. We ain't here to sit around and kick it. The stock market is literally about making money. That's it, right? So order flow and volume, okay? Once you got those, so once you know and understand where the money is going to, and you can understand that, then you can start thinking about a couple other things to help you out with your trading, make you a better trader, a more profitable trader, right? This is how you get bigger moves, right? So the next thing that I have written down here, we're going to do two of these at once. Your expiration dates and your strike prices. All right? So expiration dates and strike prices. Listen, I used to be, I don't want to say afraid, but very cautious of out of the money contracts, right? But when you understand your risk management, okay, how much am I willing to risk, right? And then you know where a stock could be going, and you have the proper expiration date, you can make a crazy amount of money. Let me give you guys an example. Last week, right? Oracle made a crazy move, right? Stock went up $94 overnight, right? So it went up like 80 and then it went up another like $12, $14, right? Best day since 1992. Out of the money contract, some people turned $5 into $2,500, which was like a 50,000% return. I was looking at the options chain for Oracle on Wednesday morning. Contracts was up 50,000%, 40,000%, 10,000%, 11,000%, right? People who was able to take advantage of that understood order flow, volume, right, and out of the money contracts. Am I saying get an out of the money contract every single time? No. But what I am saying is when you get strategic with your trading, sometimes you're going to get an out of the money contract, right? Sometimes you're going to get an out of the money contract and it's going to go crazy. It's going to go crazy. Sometimes you may see a trade, right? Or somebody may be like, oh, I got into this trade. And you'd be like, why you get so out of the money? But they don't understand what you see. They don't understand what you see, right? So keep in mind your expiration date and your strike price, right? When I'm scalp trading, I will get 2-3 levels out of the money. And sometimes when I'm swing trading and it's a very quick swing, I'm only expecting to be in that swing for a day or 2 days, I'll get an out of the money contract because I'm not afraid of them. Because when I do get an out of the money contract, I am being very strategic in my approach. And I'm expecting a larger move than just $1, right? Because the setups that I'm trading are explosive. And you should know that by now because yesterday I called 3 stocks, I put them on my watch list, and they all blasted off today. I find explosive setups. That's what I do. I find explosive setups. I'm not married to one stock. I used to only talk about a couple stocks. Nah, I'm looking for the setups that's explosive, that's going to be able to get me some bread. All right. So strike price, expiration date. Know how to utilize them. Know how to use them. Know what their places are. All right. Don't get caught in like this doing the same exact thing every single day and that's it. I know they say fall in love with boring and trading is doing the same thing over and over again, but at the same time, you got to always be willing to be open to different ways of doing things because it could elevate your game. It could turn you up. All right. And I know some people, oh, out of the money contracts, oh, those are stupid. You're going to lose your money. Listen, I have made a ridiculous amount of money off of out of the money contracts, right? So it's like everybody got a different way of doing things and everybody got a different perspective, right? So that's it. Next thing I want you guys to think about, seasonality, right? Seasonality. Some stocks do very well in certain seasons and some stocks drop in certain seasons, summer versus the holiday season. Think about Amazon. Do you think that Amazon stock ain't gonna go up over the next 3 to 4 months? We going into the holiday season. We going into the most consumer-centric time of the year. The most consumer-centric time of the year, right? So start thinking like, okay, we in March. We in March right now. This stock did this thing in March every year, right? Or on this day, this stock does the same thing every month. Why is that? Right? Start really digging in the charts and going past last year, two years ago, this month, this day. What happened on, September 15th of 2023 and 2024 and 2022? Start to look at it. That's going to make you a better trader. It's going to make you more money. Don't just wake up, crust all in your eyes, and you like, oh, I'm going to go on the charts and I'm going to make $100,000. No, it don't work like that. You got to be up. You got to be aware. You got to be prepared. You got to be strategic because you got to understand when you're trading, it is a zero-sum game. If you lose money, somebody else beats you, period. It is a zero-sum game. So if you think you about to wake up 15 minutes before the market open and you about to go be a 6-7 figure trader, you are sadly mistaken. And I'm just going to keep it real with you. All right. You got to be ready. You got to understand the market sentiment and all of that other stuff. But think about seasonality. All right. Next thing, news catalysts, right? And news catalysts could also be earnings. Just think about it. If a stock has good news, what you think is about to happen for the next day or the next 2 hours, depending on what time of day that the news comes out. Stock is going to go crazy. Or bad news, what's it going to do? It's going to sell off. So you can get some easy trades if you're focusing on what the news is saying. And also, these big institutional banks, right, and investors, they're putting their money into the stocks before that news comes out. And that's why you will see, that's where you see the order flow, right? So the order flow lets you know what orders are being placed on what stocks, calls, and puts. They're placing their orders because they know something that you don't know. They know something that I don't know. That's why when you tap in and you pay attention to these things, you're going to be able to set yourself up. All right, so pay attention to the news, but also not just from a perspective of, the tariffs and that's it. Like, no, there are so many other announcements that happen, events, right? Symposiums for certain companies, right? Apple had their event for the iPhone last week. I smacked Apple, right? You got to pay attention to those things. So you ain't got to just wake up, market open. You see a stock going up. Oh, let me get into this call because the stock is going up in the first 4 minutes of the market. And then you get into a call and then they yank it down because it rejects off of a level because you ain't really see and understand. And now you down 200%, 80% on your trade, hoping that it go back in the direction and it don't never go back and then you lose all your money, right? I've been there before. I've been cooked in the market before, right? So pay attention to the news stuff, the catalyst, because the news things increase the volume of certain stocks, right? And if the volume is increased and you know the direction, all you got to do is get into a call or a put and you can ride it up. Same thing last week with Robinhood, right? It got into the S&P 500. It gapped up $8. And then look what happened. It ran up to all-time highs and tested. That was easy money right there. You didn't have to do nothing but understand how to enter into a trade and you could have made some money, right? This is what I mean when I'm saying get strategic about how you trading, all right? What's the next thing? Gaps. Okay? Gaps. Pay attention to when a stock gaps up and when it gaps down. Pay attention. Right? And also understand that not every gap is going to be filled immediately. But pay attention to the gaps. You can literally take some great trades all because you see a gap. So you got gap ups and gap downs, and then you also got fair value gaps, right? Two different things, but they're similar, right? Stock is always going to come down and up to those fair value gaps and those gap up and gap downs. So be strategic about that stuff. When you see a stock break below a level and you see that there's a $2 gap and it's inside of it and it just started, man, you can take that. And it's bearish sentiment in the market that day, you can take that, right? So pay attention to those things. And also world events. That's the same thing about news too, right? But what about back in April when we was going to war, right? When Donald Trump finessed everybody, right? What happened? Tariff stuff, right? War. And then what stocks went up? Lockheed, Palantir, oil stocks for a quick second. And then what they do? When he said that everything got situated, what did they do? They went right back down. World events, news. This is how you can make good money in the stock market without being stressed out. You just got to pay attention and be tapped into what's really going on out here. All right. Don't over leverage your portfolio. That's a biggest thing right there. Stop putting in too much money into a trade. Right? You got $1,000 in your account. Stop putting $500 into a trade. Because if that joint it gap down, you get into a swing and then it gap down, and now you down 50%, right? 60%. Now you down $250, $300. So you just went from $1,000 to $650 or $750, right? It ain't got to be like that, right? The turtle wins the race. Take baby steps every day. The small account challenge. I'm not trying to make $1 million in one trade. I'm not. But I know in 52 weeks, everybody's going to be shocked at how much the account grew. Because I understand the long term here. All right. So be long term minded and be strategic in your trading and your ways of trading. All right. So listen, I hope that this video helped you out. I hope that it made sense. If it did, let me know in the comments. Right? Let me know in the comments what you like, what kind of hit you, what was your takeaway, all right? And also remember, if y'all hit roadblocks, OKLO or APLD, drop it in the comments below, man, because I know some of y'all banked. Seriously, it was some big moves, all right? So, like I always say, I want y'all to say it with me, man. Make sure you get up out of your head and go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live, all right, y'all? And also remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. I appreciate y'all time, man. I'm going to catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.